Hi everyone, this is Rachel with Licking Floss. It's a YouTube channel about cross stitch, and cross stitch YouTube is called Flosstube. All right. Um, Sorry, I've started this like a million times and it's all scatterbrained. So let me try to be smooth about this. Last video, I said I'd come back with a whip parade. That didn't happen, obviously. All of my whips are at my in-laws' house for their safety, along with my Alaska Native art pieces, which, if you've seen my previous videos, I like to show a piece that I have at my house and just to show more art, I guess, in the community. I don't have Alaska Native art pieces, and I don't have the majority of my whips. I have 6 whips with me, one of which is a new start. Yeah, so there's gonna be some life changes that are potentially gonna happen. So I wanted all my whips at a safe spot where sorry, the kid. So yeah, I wanted the whips at a safe spot where they won't get damaged by any hands that don't know how how precious the whips are. All right, so what has been happening lately? In December, I said I'd do a whip parade. That didn't happen. What I did do in December was I met up with some local ladies at a Panera and we cross stitched and chat, and I was there for a couple hours. And I'm super excited. I get to go meet with them again this coming weekend, just to sit and chat. I'm really excited about that. Yay! Okay. And then also in December, I stitch on my chatelaine, some bookmarks, and the Dimensions Petite coffee shop. I don't have them with me today, but if you look on my Instagram, you can see how far I made it on those projects. The bookmarks were for teachers. The chatelaine and the coffee shop, I stitched those. They're on my Instagram. I'll link it below. It's Instagram Licking Floss. It's the same thing as this channel name. Okay. And then at the end, after Christmas, the rest of the December, I was knitting my sweater. It's still not done, but the sleeve, it's in a bit of a break because the sleeve has taken me a lot longer to knit up than I originally thought. And I just kind of got burnt out from knitting after like a week of knitting. So then that leads me to today. But before I get into the actual whips that I do have at home, okay, what was I saying? Okay, don't know where I was left off. Okay, I think I was gonna show you the whips that I do have at my house, which are, what did I say, 6 of them? Okay, before I show you those, a couple months I did finish FFO my, what is she called? Mirabilia, Cathedral Woods Goddess. Okay, I FFO'd Cathedral Woods Goddess. This is framed by me with a stock Michaels frame. She's really big. It's framed on really big fabric, but I did want to show a lot of the fabric excuse me, of the piece. Yeah, she's on 32 Count Swamp by Picture This Plus, and you can see I FFO'd her. Okay, just wanted to show you that before I show you every single whip that I have at my house. These whips should last me until I'm back with my regular whip, like all of my whips. So what have I been doing lately? Let me show you. I started the Hade Sale 2024. I chose Tintern Abbey because I think it's a beautiful piece, for one, but 2, it also shares a lot of the same DMC as colors as Settling In. So I have both of these whips at home, And you may be able to see that I do have colored images this time. I figured if I have smaller whips, 2 goals, I could print off some colored images. And then I also want to try to keep a good job of keeping track of my stitch numbers. But okay, so Tintern Abbey. I chose it, 1, because it's beautiful, 2, because it shares a lot of the same colors as Settling In, so I could keep them all in a little DMC box, or bobbins box. They're all the floss for both of these full coverages are in here. And then another reason was because it has the least amount of stitches out of all of the 10 potential choices for Haidesau, and it has like 58,000 whips rather than 60 or 60 plus thousand. So my goal for this is I do want to finish it completely by the end of the year, because I do want the free charts. If you complete like 3 or 4 pages of the chart you chose, you do get a free, like all 10 free SAL pieces. But then if you completely stitch the whole thing, then you get 2 free charts on top of those 10 SAL pieces. So I want the free charts because that would be nice to have some free charts. I don't know if the free charts include Thomas Kincaid, but I would like some Thomas Kincaid pieces because you do have to pay full price for Thomas Kincaid Haid pieces. But this is stitched on 28 count, easy grid, 1/1, what's it called? Full cross, there we go. Maybe it'll focus, but this is gonna be a really small piece. It's like that big, and I don't know. I've reached the bottom of my first section. Sorry. Okay. So that's Tintern Abbey. That's 1 whip that I have at home. The second whip I've already showed you is Settling In by Chris Dunn, Pain-Free Crafts. And this is on 28 counts, 2/1 half cross 10 stitch. I haven't touched this since the last time I showed you. I touched it, but I think this is at like 7 something %. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's whip number 2 that I have at home. Mama. Okay, so I have those 2. Those are the only full coverage pieces I have here. My plans are to mostly work on Tintern Abbey because I do want it to be finished. But I kept Pain-Free Crafts, or the Settling In, just in case I need a break and I need to stitch on a different full coverage piece. Okay, the third whip that I have at home is because I want to complete it completely. I've had it, this is my oldest non-full coverage whip, and this is 100 Owls by Owl Force Embroidery. Did I just say that it's my oldest novel? Yes, I did. Okay, I started this at sometime in the spring of 2022. Yeah. Last night I finished 1, 2, 3, 4 little motif things. I don't know. This is a paper chart, so I don't know what percentage I'm at, but I don't know, maybe like 70%. I don't know. But so I have these little owls and these owls to complete, and then I'll be all done. So right now I'm taking a break, like a maybe couple day break from Tintern Abbey to stitch on something else because I did like 3,000 stitches in a week on Tintern Abbey. So Tintern Abbey, I'm at like 17% on that first section. And then the other, oh, I'll just show you. Try not to show the chart, but I am keeping 100 owls in this dot goose bag with some bees on it. Super cute. Okay, so the one other whip I have is Okay, so another whip I have is a fancy lady because I need a fancy lady in my life, I guess. I need a fancy lady to stitch on. So I have Willow Queen. See? Oh, did I? Yeah. I have Willow Queen. I've been stitching on her a little bit in the car. I've been filling in right here. This is all just one color. It's easy filling, easy car stitching, car line stitching, but which I'm stitching like this color. So, yay. And I am keeping her in this painted leaf Teresa Koga bag. She is being stitched on, or this is 18 count, one of a kind Oak Crown Studio fabric, which is Fiber Arts Amy's fabric dyeing business that she started recently. Yeah, so I think because it's 18 count, I'm gonna have to use like, I don't want to bead it. I do want to do something different, so I'm thinking just using like Krynic threads and replace the beads with Krynic. So yeah. So that's 4 whips I have at home. So 5 whips I have at home is this Dimensions Magnificent Wizard piece. I started this August 2023, and this is all I have. This is fabric kit floss dimensions. I haven't touched it yet, but I wanted to keep this here just in case I did want to work on it. Yeah, I haven't worked on that since I last showed you either. And I'm keeping that in a self-made project bag. I made this all by myself. It doesn't have any interfacing, so it's super flimsy. But I do have my sewing machine, so if I ever want to get into making a bunch of more bags, I could do that now because I don't have very many whips. Okay, so that's whip number 5. And the last whip I have at home is this Namari tapestry from Modern Folk Embroidery. Yeah, I think if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I had to frog a bunch of stitches over here because I messed up like one stitch over there. This is fabric from Alize is Crafty. She gave it to me at the Queen City Stitch Retreat last year. So yeah, so I just frogged a bunch and I'm fixing my error. I think I'm at like 4.5% on this, maybe. So yeah, it's one color. It's one color of floss stitching, which the color is Cast Iron Skillet from Sampler Threads. And I was at 3 Stitches in Texas recently, and I bought a bunch of blackboard skeins because I thought that the Namari tapestry I was using blackboard, but I'm not using blackboard. I'm using Cast Iron Skillet. So now I have 4 skeins of blackboard that I don't know what to do with. So that's fun, but it's a beautiful gray floss that I'll figure something out with it. And then while I was at 3 Stitches, I also purchased this Mill Hill kit for the teacher. So I thought that would be really nice to stitch to the teacher. And those 6 whips are all that I have at home. Sorry, I think my voice is, I'm getting a little sick, I think. So my voice is a little sick right now. But these are the 6 whips that I do have. I'm mostly just want to focus on 100 Owls and the Tintern Abbey. The other ones are just kind of for fun, like the Namari tapestry and the Willow Queen I think those are just gonna be car stitches, like car line stitches or martial arts stitching. The like Magnificent Wizard and the Chris Dunn one are just gonna be for fun in case I need a break. I didn't keep too much here. I do have my sewing machine here if I ever want to start sewing things, and then I also have my diamond painting. So I do have crafts that I can do. I don't need all of my whips at home. I think I will be fine. So because I only have limited whips now, I guess my goals didn't really change for the year. I do still want to work on about 2,400 stitches before I move on to the next piece, so I can like focus my work longer rather than like getting 500 stitches here and then moving on to a new whip. So I do want to sit and focus with my whips. So I do want to sit and focus on whips, like I was talking about my 2024 goals in my last video. I just have limited whips now. I have the book of days that I'm using to track my stitch counts, because I figure if I have limited, I only have 6 whips now, so I think I can do a better job keeping track of how much I'm stitching, for one, I guess 1 for Flosstube, but then 2 for just myself. I've never really kept track of how much I stitched before, so I thought that would be fun to keep track of that. I can't really do that with paper charts like Magnificent Wizard and 100 Owls, but I can try to keep up and keep track of the stitches that I do on my PDFs. Yeah. So that is my life right now with 6 whips. Well, I don't know if diamonds painting is considered a whip. I don't know. That one's just more for fun. It's not, no big goals or anything like that. So I don't know if there's anything else to say. But, alright. Well, I'm going to try to do a better job keeping up with these videos rather than disappearing. But I'm sure everyone can understand it's the holidays, so things are going to be happening, which is okay. And I hope everyone has had a great start of the new year and a happy holidays. And I'll see everyone in a little bit.